On my office wall is the Lewis Carroll quote from Alice in Wonderland. Have I gone mad? I'm afraid so. You're entirely bonkers. But I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are. Now, I've always been known as a little mad. Happy to be different and do my own thing. But the mad that I've been experimenting with this last 15 years has been not the being different kind of mad, but the making a difference kind of mad. M.A.D. Now, yes, I am a little bonkers because I like to play with fear. More specifically, how we can change our responses to fear. How we can stop that fear from taking over by using our physiology and by changing our thoughts. Today, I am going to share with you 3 simple tools that will help you to adapt your response to fear. And actually, what I'm going to share with you is how you can start to interfere with your stress response rather than going into fear. Now, some of you may have seen this acronym for fear before. And obviously, the F stands for forget. But it's this running away from fear that has fascinated me now for many, many years. And it's actually become the focus of my research, my experimentation, and my teaching. You see, we all have the ability to stop resisting and running from our fears, and instead to start accepting and adapting our response to fear. So remember this. So, today, as I said, I'm going to share with you some simple tools. And these tools have got a fun name. I call them joy shots. What they will do for you is give your body a shot of joy rather than that nasty injection of fear. And the first joy shot I have for you is called the delete button. Let me explain how I use it. Whenever I get an anxious, worrisome, nervous thought, just like the ones I was having behind that door, I bring out my Supercharged delete button. Whenever I have these thoughts, it sets off and triggers an automatic reaction in my brain. More specifically, the Google in my brain's inner fear-seeking search engine, actually sends a message through to my amygdala. My amygdala then may start the fight, flight, or freeze response in my body. Now, you may have noticed I like to have a bit of fun, so I have named my amygdala. My amygdala is called Amy. Amygdala, because that is how you spell amygdala. And Amy's main job in life is to protect me, to keep me safe. She is the little danger diva in my head. So when I get these stressful thoughts, I immediately remember that supercharged delete button. And all I have to do is place my finger on my corrugator supercilii, my frown muscle, and press this button 3 times whilst reciting the magic words, delete, delete, delete. Now I know what you're thinking. She is entirely bonkers. But this mad little trick is literally a loophole in your brain that will stop that thought from reaching the Amy station and from Amy taking centre stage. Now, if I was to tell you that we have between 60 and 80,000 thoughts every single day, you will probably realise that the delete button is not going to work for every one of those negative thoughts. So we need another tool that we can use as some form of damage limitation. And that's where our second joy shot comes into play. Now, this one is called the healthy selfie. Now, this isn't a duck face to phone. My daughter will kill me for putting that one in. It is a big, beautiful self-hug. And when I do this, and I can tell you I was doing that behind the door too, this actually tricks my brain into believing that I'm feeling safe and secure right now. Because my brain doesn't know that the hug that I'm getting is from myself. And it still sends into my body that wonderful chemical, the cuddle chemical, oxytocin. I call this the love loophole. Now, to get this love hormone flowing around my body even more, I then actually stroke down the tops of my arms. When I do this motion, science has proved that this actually slows down those fast beta brainwaves and brings them straight back down to alpha mode. And then there's one final thing I do. As I'm doing this, I cross over and do it in the opposite direction. Now, when I'm doing that, I am traversing the invisible midline that separates my right and my left hemispheres of my brain. And I am strengthening the nerve fibres that send the messages back and forth, which then integrates this whole soothing process into my whole body. So, I've given you 2 tools that you can use in reactive situations, maybe when these fear bombs explode during your day. So the final tool I'm going to give you today is a tool that you can use more proactively to program your mind for positivity and to hardwire your brain for happiness. And this final tool is called the Lighten Up tool. Now, I am mad about gratitude. Whenever I'm working with my clients, I always tell them to start a gratitude practice. But a lot of them tell me they don't have time. So I came up with the Lighten Up game, and this is how I play. When I'm driving my car and I come to a set of traffic lights, as soon as I see that amber light, that is my cue. Not my cue to put my foot down and race through with my thoughts and my to-do list. My cue to stop, calm down, slow down in my body as well. And my cue to savour, to look out the window and find something to appreciate, find something to be grateful for. The beautiful yellow daffodils, the blossom on the magnolia, the little boy jumping in the puddles that have been freshly formed. And right next to me is my daughter, sitting, telling me excitedly how she's mastered yet another skill at ice skating today. These are all moments of joy, of happiness, of appreciation in my day. And what I'm actually doing here is I am programming that Google in my brain to start searching for joy and happiness and peace and contentment. Best bit, this joy shot takes 0 time out of your day. So these 3 tools that I have been practicing have allowed me to adapt my response to fear, either by changing the physiology of my body or by purposefully programming my mind for positivity. So there's a new acronym for fear that I'd like to embed in your minds today, and it is this: feel the emotion of fear and know that you can adapt your response to it. With a little bit of knowledge, some simple science, and obviously a few joy shots for good measure, you too can adapt your response to fear, and you can transform your body back to its natural state of harmony and balance. And you too can start to interfere with your stress response rather than going into fear. Now that, to me, is a mad idea worth sharing. Thank you.